As part of Freedom Month celebration, President Cyril Ramaphosa conferred the national orders to deserving individuals who positively contributed to the freedom and democracy we live in today. One of the recipients of the national orders was former GCIS CEO Tony Trew, who received the Order of Luthuli in silver. Through the GCIS Knowledge Management Forum, Mr. Trew was invited to come and impart knowledge on his views about the work of government in the past 25 years.
I think sometimes this perpetual thing about 25 years and 20 years, it's a very narrow perspective, because actually our country is just totally different from what it was. And of course we found it very difficult. Things were not as easy as we assumed. It took more than winning an election to change the country. So, but yeah, my life, I mean, so you can see, I was kind of born politically conscious because I was born during a war, and that makes you conscious of these things. Yeah, I got involved in politics at late teens. I was not very well trained or very clever, and I got arrested quite soon. And then when I came out of prison and I left the country and spent time in exile, worked with anti-apartheid ANC, and all my friends and comrades I worked with, they never talked about almost anything about going home. And I used to be a bit malicious. I said, no, I'm going back to Norfolk as part of England. But anyway, the moment the time came back, because it seemed that was the moment then when things switched, and whatever skills we had, we ought to bring to reconstruction. And so I worked, after working until '94 for the ANC, doing research very similar to what I did here. Then went into government, and I spent 12 years or so there.
Tony explained the need to understand the importance of research as it forms the work and direction of government. He shared tips on how to communicate research information.
And I think research is terribly important to never cut corners or duck hard issues. And I've never found even the political principals ever being angry for being told how things were. I think also it's important for researchers to have quite a bland presence, not a lot of rhetoric and hard talk, but I think your principals will always respect accuracy and truth, even if it's a bit uncomfortable. Whether they act on it afterwards is another thing, but that's not your responsibility.
Staff members left the session more informed and equipped about the importance of teamwork and good attitude towards work, which was the main thing that made Mr. Trew's work with GCIS staff much easier and impactful.
Are you doing some writing? Have you taken time maybe to document something for us to use? So just that reflection on reading and books as an important element of our society.
The idea is the people are the agents of their own development. And so the point of government communication was to arm people with information that enables them to develop their own lives in partnership with government